This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Set, ready.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready.
2nd and 12.
Ready.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Oh, battle at the line and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On play action. Love to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And quickly out wide, this is Watson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Love now. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. They're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here, maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Ready, play.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Set.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Here we go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And he's got room. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here we go, set.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Black Ultra. Set, huh?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Love. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Come on, set.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ready.
Working out of the gun. Love. He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First down, Love to pass. And complete once again to Watson. Touchdown, Packers! Christian Watson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
On the ready.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Ready.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays they're going to do. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 2nd down, Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Love. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw now. Here's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And this is taken in at the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Ready.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jair Alexander. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Following the interception, Love. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So the false start will back them up 5. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Love looking to throw it. Cleaned it out left to Dobbs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Packers. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in this. Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Ready?
Love going to give this one to Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 58 yards on the ground for him so far. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Down. Green Jack.
Love now to pass on first down. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Third quarter, all tied up. This is second and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 15-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
52.
3rd and 2. Love with it. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This from 32 yards away. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as
and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. First down, here's the run with Cook. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Rashawn Gary able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw here. Complete. Jefferson the target. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds here. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Ready?
From the 30 on 2nd down, Love. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. It's Ross Blacklock who earns the sack.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Ready.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. They go play action here on 1st down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He's back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
Let's go.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
22 Needle. Needle blue. Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
That's complete to Dobbs. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. But part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for six. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Completes this to Jefferson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 2nd and 4. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Here we go.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Love. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The pressure there was definitely enough to make him alter his throw, because if he had had time, he had a man wide open and had a chance to get it to him.
Yeah, I think if he had just another split second, that's a completion and a touchdown.
Okay, ready?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Love. Touchdown, Packers.
Romeo Doubs.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they should do so with their heads held